Hello and welcome to another episode of Coffeefusion. This week we're going to look at the winged tulip examined. Hey guys, so if you're part of the Coffeefusion community and you're a regular watcher of the YouTube videos, you would have already seen the tulip examined and the rosetta examined. But this week we're going to take a look at a pattern which amalgamates both of those designs and pour styles, the winged tulip. So some of the important things before we begin, guys, with this pattern you use the cup angle and the jug angle to create the nice flow in the cup to get that wing pattern. So what you want to do is tilt your cup a little bit further than you normally would, and this helps you get this nice round flow when you're pouring in the cup. You might see that people who pour this pattern really well use those bigger size cups, and that gives you a lot of room to create that flow, and you can wiggle further and further and create lots of fine lines around the wing. But you can still do this pattern without that, so grab your cup, tilt it a bit further than you normally would, and start to pour your rosetta base. Just as another side note here, guys, when you're setting the crema, make sure the movement of the milk is completely stopped before you start pouring your rosetta, otherwise you'll see that it swirls off to one side. Okay, so when it gets down to pouring, we start with the milk flow just back of the center, and with that angle, we start moving back and forth, and you'll see it start to wrap around in the cup. The more wiggles you do at this stage, the finer the lines will be. Okay, as that cup starts to fill up, and you start to see that base wrap around your jug, you want to continue your wiggle whilst pushing back towards the back of the cup. What this will do is start the wrap around even further so that wing wraps around your tulip design. Now you want to push your tulip bulbs in as normal. The further you push from, the further that will wrap around. So if you wanted to just wrap around a little bit, you don't really push from a bigger distance, you push from the kind of the center of the cup. But if you want it to wrap around even further, you want to push from the top of the cup all the way in. Now that you know the basics of this pattern, let's have a look at a few more examples. So there you go, guys, that's a winged tulip examined. Make sure you pour one, and if you post it on Instagram, hashtag Coffeefusion, and I'll be able to check it out. Of course, if you haven't seen the other latte art examined videos, what I'll do is I'll create a playlist and I'll put it in a little link up there, and you can watch all of them and check out all the examined videos. Now during this video I use Clickbait, which is the Coffeefusion community seasonal blend. You can check that out at coffeefusion.com.au. Also Santa Felisa, which is my other espresso coffee, is really good for pouring latte art, but the most important thing is they taste really good. Remember, if this is your first video, make sure you hit subscribe if you love coffee, because this Coffeefusion community is really going somewhere, and the bigger we are, the more we can do. And to that effect, if you have any coffee questions you want answered, put them in the comments below. I'll either point you to the video that explains it, or I'll create the video for you. Of course, as always, if you are part of the Coffeefusion community already and you watch these videos all the time, thank you very much. Click that like button, and that really helps me. Remember, there's lots of fun stuff going on the Instagram, which is @thecoffeefusion. If you want to check out the behind the scenes of the videos I'm creating and see what I'm working on next, check out Coffeefusion on Snapchat. Thanks guys so much, and I'll see you on Thursday for another latte art compilation. See you then. So some of the important things before we get. So some of the important things.